Hello everyone. In this video, we are learning treat as function in Power BI DAX with example and data. The treat as function in Power BI is used to apply the results of a table expression as the filter to columns from unrelated table. So remember, result of a table expression as the filter to columns from unrelated table. So we'll be filtering columns from an unrelated table with the help of result of a table expression. We'll see an example. It effectively changes the context in which data is evaluated, and it enables cross-table calculations without explicit relationships. So even though if we don't have relationships in two tables, then only it can calculate cross-table calculations. First, let's see the example. Here we have sales data. Here we have product info. These are the two columns. Here we have product ID. Here also we have product ID. So this is one of the most important thing. In these two tables, you must have something common. Here product ID is common. Category, as the name suggests, is a categorical column where a is coming two times, A is repeated two times, B is also repeated two times, and C. So in such cases, if someone asks you what is the total sales of each category, that means you have to write category A, total sales 200, category B, total sales 300, category C, I'm just giving an example, total sales 200 or something. So how can you do this? Because you don't have direct information to that, right? Because category is linked to product ID and product ID has the amount of sales. So in such cases, we use group by. Group by category name. Here, if you will group by category name and use an aggregate measure, which is sum in this case, then you can find you know data for category. So group by is the most important concept in SQL also. In SQL we use group by to find aggregate measures on those columns which have repeated values or categorical columns. Right? Now we have a simple scenario here which I explained you, and we want to calculate the total sales amount for each product category. So we want to calculate the total sales amount for each product category with the help of treat as function. And for this, the first step is to create a calculated table. We need a calculated table that maps categories to sales. Okay, category is not directly mapped to sales right now. It is in two different tables. So we'll create a third table that will map these two columns from different tables together. And we'll use treat as function to do this. Use treat as function to apply the category filter to the sales data. So first step, create the calculated table. Second step, use treat as function to apply the category filter. So first of all, I have the data. I did some test. First, I will delete this from model. Now we have these two tables. One is the product info, another is the sales data. You have to remember product ID and product ID in both the tables are something that are very important for us. Okay. While calculating these things, we'll use various functions, and I'm going to explain you use of each function. First, we will use summarize function. So in the summarize function, you can see we have argument table, group by column, and name. So table is the table which we want to select, right? create a summary, the input table grouped by specified column. Creates a summary, the input table grouped by the specified column. This is official explanation. So it will create the summary of the input table grouped by the specified column. So summary of product info table grouped by the category column. Okay. So this way you will understand the code. So summary product info table grouped by the category column, and we will call it total sales. Okay. Because we want to calculate the total sales, so we will create a column total sales, and then with the help of calculate function, which we have already used, in calculate function we can filter data. So first is the expression, that is from the other table, from the sales data table we will take sales amount. So we are creating a table with the help of product info table grouped by product info category total sales, and we will calculate or filter the sum of total sales amount with the help of treat_as function. The values that we are using is product info product ID and sales data product ID. So we are kind of saying product info in product ID is equal to product ID in product info is equal to product ID in sales data. So that's why we have written it in treat as. Let's see treat as also individually. So here in treat as you have a expression and the column name. Reads the column of the input table as column from other tables. So if we write product info product ID, I'm just writing, is same as, or we are equating as sales data product ID. So obviously when we'll create the summary table, then this column will be there. So now let's write the entire code here so that you can understand. So I have broken the code into various smaller pieces. So here we are creating total sales by category, taking product info as a summary. We are creating a table with a group by column product info category. Then using calculate, we are kind of applying a filter. Sum of sales data treat as values will be product info product ID, sales data product ID. So we are taking values from the product info product ID. This values function creates a table with the unique values of the given column here. So values will create a table. First let's create this, and I will show you the use of values also, what this expression is doing. So let's go to modeling, create a new table with the help of values. Okay, this is unique prod IDs. So if you have to find unique product IDs, you can use values table. You can use values table to find unique IDs of or unique values of a given column. So from product info table, we are selecting product ID, and if you will go to the table, you will see there are four different product IDs, one, two, three, and four, but the actual data is of five product IDs. So it will give you only the unique selection. Okay. So if you will go to unique product ID table, you will see one, two, three, four, five. Okay. So it will give you only unique product IDs. Here we may have a repetition. One, two, three, four. We may have a repetition. Okay. So it will give you information of unique product ID. So now we have calculated the summary table, and let's see what the summary table is. Here you can see Category A has 550, category B has total sales of 450, and category C is null or blank here. So it is calculating, let's see, category C has product ID 105. Okay, so obviously this is a value in product ID. This is a valid product ID value. That's why we are seeing in the unique table. But that product ID is not listed here. Okay, that product does not have any sales yet. So in that case, it will be kind of, if you are familiar with the concept of joins, we use left joins and right joins in order to find total value, find only related values or values from the left table only or values from the right table only. So here in the right hand side table, we have a column that we don't have in the left hand side table, that we can consider that. So that's why for category C, we don't see any data. Okay. When we will have some sales of 105, you can write some sales of 105, then you will start seeing data of category C also. So you can do that as an exercise yourself. So this was a simple explanation of what is the treat as function. The complete explanation of the DAX formula is given here also, which I will add as a resource to our chapter. Okay. We have the summarize function, calculate function, treat as function. These are the three functions. Calculate function is used to change the context in which data is evaluated. Here it is calculating the total sales. And the resulting table is this, which we are already getting. And here is the detailed background. Sorry for the noise. Detailed breakdown is product 101 and 103 fall under category A. They have total sales of 550. 102 and 104 fall under category B, total sales of 450. Product 105 falls under C, but 105 does not have any sales here. So this was simple explanation of treat as function. I will provide the link of this resource and the tables in the description.